Hey, and welcome back. Um, in case you're new here, this is a live stream about how to build an Instagram clone with Ruby on Rails and StimulusReflex. And until now, the previous sessions, we've managed to create a user, sign him in, log him in, and also create posts. The user doesn't have to be logged in to create a post yet, but it's possible for anyone to create posts. And we also managed to make cable ready work by broadcasting the created post to all users that are watching the homepage. And so we ran into a debug issue yesterday, and it stuck with me that I've enabled this identify by session ID code inside my connection, and I'm not entirely sure that the test needed that. So what I wanted to do first, before anything else, is I wanted to comment this out and see if the tests will pass. And if they do, that means that my tests don't actually require that piece of code yet. I might leave it in there because I know we're going to need it later on to separate the connections over WebSockets. Yeah, so this code is not yet needed. It might be that all users are receiving these broadcasts, but that's fine for now. I don't have a test for that, so I'm not comfortable adding this code in yet because I want to have a test that requires it. So let me just commit this for a second. Removed unneeded. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. Connection setup code. Okay. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to set up the second part of the page. So if we look at the original application that we're trying to mimic here, we have this row with icons underneath the image, and this row has a like and unlike icon and a bunch of other things that I'm not sure we're going to get into because I don't know we have enough time. But at least this like and unlike icon, I want to make that work, and also I want to see that this counter updates and that all users are seeing this when someone likes or unlikes the post. So that's what I want to do today, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get through all of it, but that's the goal. So let me switch back to my terminal. We're going to start with the feature. Let's call this liking posts. So I'm gonna name it liking posts, and then for the first scenario I can like a post. Okay, and now for creating a post I have these steps. I'm looking to see if there's anything I can reuse from here. So I definitely need to be logged in, or at least I would like to be logged in. Remember that we haven't set up any logic that deals with the fact that the user is logged in or not. So basically anyone can create a post even if they're not logged in, but we're gonna have to add that feature in at some point. So for liking posts, I definitely want to be logged in. So I'm probably going to use this step and then create a post, and the action would be to like that post. And then I should see the image change, and I should also see the count change, the number of likes. Okay, so the action would be when so this is an and then when I like the post, then I should see the like icon change, and I should see the and the number of likes should also change. No, should change. Then the like icon should change, but yeah, I don't think change is specific enough, because it's going to both be red and transparent. Then the like icon should be enabled, for lack of a better word. If you have any suggestions, feel free to comment. Okay, so given I'm logged in, I create a new post. I don't like those two steps, so I'd like to replace those with given I've already created a post. No, given I've created a post, given I've created a new post, and so that should include those two steps. Let's run the tests. Okay, so I have 4 new steps, and I'm gonna paste those in here. Okay, so given I've created a new post, should be sign up and create post. So I'm going to extract this into a create post method. Post helper, do I have that? No. Features, support, posts, helpers. Okay, create post. And I'm going to reuse that here. So for the first step, I'm going to sign up for a new account. I'm going to create a post, and then I'm going to click on the like icon, but so I do have a post on the page because I've just created one. But if I later on will have many posts and I use this click on and then a class name, it might click on all the posts, and I'm not sure if I like that. So I cannot use an ID because I cannot have a unique I cannot have many unique IDs on the page unless I use IDs, and I don't know the ID of the post. So one option would be to filter the posts by their body, and then I can click the like button on that specific post that has the body I specify. But I think that's too much work for now, so I'm just going to use the class name for now, and I'm probably going to click all of them, which is not ideal. I'm going to click the first one. So I think it's find, and then a class name, and I want to call this post like button link, I don't know, post like, and then first, and then click. I think that's right. Let me double check. Capybara, find first. Oh, so it's match first. Okay, let's use that. So match first, and then click. Okay, I think I can also use first here, but yeah, this should work. I've used it before and it worked fine. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm gonna need to have something like this. I'm gonna need to have an image, and instead of image I would probably use an image called liked, and I have a few images around from the other app which I'm gonna copy. So now I have in my assets folder images, I have these images. So this is when the post is not yet liked, and this is it turns red, the heart icon. So this is liked, this is like, this is liked, and these are the other ones, the other icons. Okay, so I need to have that liked PNG image, and the number of likes should change. So since the post doesn't have any likes, I would expect content to be 1 like that. So that's my test. Let's run this. Okay. So now I've created a post, and it cannot find the post like class because there's nothing like that on the page. All right, so let's open the view now. It's site index, and it's this post partial. Okay, so I have the body, then the image, and then what I need is to have a row with all the icons. So that's going to be a different div, and for each one I'm going to have an image tag. First one's going to be like.png with a class name of Instacard like icon. Okay, those are already defined in the CSS, so that's why I want to use that. And then comment icon, and then the next one is going to be share, and the last one's going to be save. Okay, so if I look at the app now, I think I'm not sure, but let me just restart this app to be sure that it picks up the assets. So yeah, I don't have the comment icon. I've just added that in, and now here are the icons. This doesn't look very good, but we can fix that. Right, so all these icons are floated to the left, which brings the content up and puts it in on the same row. That's why we need to use a clear fix class, and the clear fix, what it does is it's using clear both. That's all it does. So when you're using floats, that's what you have to do. Okay, so now everything is on the same row and looks decent, and then the next post starts underneath that. I'll probably need to have some spacing around it. Yeah, let's do that. Instacart margin bottom to rems. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so now whenever I click this, it should change. It should do something. And I'm also gonna have to add the number of likes. So somewhere in here, I'm gonna have post.likes, and the class name for this is Instacart likes. Oops. Right. Number of likes is not on the post yet, because if you remember when we set up the user, we decided that the number of likes would be in the join table, because it's got to be the number of likes for the wait a second. So each like would need a user ID, but then when we count the number of likes, we need to look at all the likes. Okay. So should we do that now? Because we need to display the number of likes, and test won't pass until we do. I'm gonna comment this for now and make the like image or the like button work, and then come back to that. So once this step is passing, then I'm gonna come back to this last one. Okay. So when I like the post, I cannot find the post like class. That's because it doesn't have one. So post like. Not sure if I should put that in here. I think I should have something like a button like that. So this one's probably gonna have a class name like post like, and then it's going to wrap this image. So something like that. Yeah, doesn't look very nice because I need to give it a class name that's also styled. It's, still doesn't look very good. Like icon. Don't like how that button looks. Not sure why it's different here. Oh, so okay. So the class name is on the image, but that's not what I want. So what I want is to have that button. Where is it? Have that button here, and then it should just wrap the image and do nothing else. So background none, border none. Yeah, that's what I want. So for this like icon, I'm gonna add border none and background none. Okay, so that looks better. It's not doing anything right now. So in order to do something, we'll have to create a controller and increment the number of likes, and then change this icon. Not only increment the number of likes, but also change the liked flag. Well, I guess the liked flag is dependent on whether the current user liked or didn't like the post. Hey, thought this worked. Instacart like icon. What am I missing here? Oh, okay. It's not the comment. It's the liked icon. A like icon. Okay, that's better. Also, I need a pointer, or what's it called? Cursor or pointer? CSS cursor. Yeah. Okay, so I like that little hand there. Okay, so let's run the test. Now it should see that post like class, and there are no posts. Yeah, no routes mentioning posts on the root path. But I don't want a root path. So this will have to be posts, or maybe likes path, and the likes path should have a post ID. Because I want to like a specific post. So there is no likes path. Of course there isn't. Oops. Likes and only create. Okay, now we do have the route, but we don't have the likes controller. So you need to create that. and inherit from application controller. Let's run the test. And now we need the create action and run the test. Right. So now nothing happens, right? So we've clicked it, we have the route, we have the controller, but nothing happens. And that is because this create action doesn't do anything. So what I wanted to do is first go ahead and find the post. Params require ID. And once it finds the post, I want to like it, but I want to like it by the current user. Current user. So as you can see, I'm defining my API first. This is what I want my code to look like, but I don't have it yet, right? So I'm defining my API first, and then I'm going ahead and making sure that my model has this method. But to do that, so this is going to fail, right? Because it's not going to find my like method. So undefined like. And this is a good time to go to the post model and oops. And define that like method. So I'm going to describe this instance method called like bang. I like to use the bang sign for methods that are destructive, meaning they change state. So what is this behavior going to look like? So what I want the like method to do is to create an association in the database. So that's one thing, and that's basically a side effect, right? Because it's not necessarily returning anything. This method is just creating a side effect. And if you think about it, it's not really a unit test, or it's not very isolated. It's more of a integration test because it goes through the database and back. And so there are two options here. The first one is to test in integration, meaning I'm calling this method and I expect this result to happen, or this side effect to happen, meaning I expect the database to have a new record inside it. So that's one way of doing it. It's not very unit or very unit-like because it's not isolated. It doesn't isolate the unit. But I could also create that unit-like, which means I need to stub the database part. And because I've stubbed the database part, I'm not sure what I can test there, because I mean, I know what I can test. I can expect that my stub receives some kind of SQL or some kind of method call underneath. But the reason I don't like that is because it doesn't allow me to refactor later on. So if I use stubs and I expect my stub to receive a certain kind of method, maybe tomorrow or 2 months from now, I want to change that implementation method. And with that kind of test, it won't allow me to do it because I need to also change my test. And that kind of is besides the point. I want my tests to give me the opportunity to refactor my code whenever I want to, knowing that my behavior doesn't change. So that's why I'm willing to sacrifice the speed of a unit test, in this case, and the purity of the unit testing, and go for more of an integration-like test, meaning I'm going to treat it like a black box, the model, and then I'm going to assert that the database received its commands and created whatever it needs to create. So I'm gonna send the message to the black box and see the result. And I do this with active record models because I want my active record models to only have logic that's related to the database and to active record. And if there's anything else, I want to put that logic in a different folder and not into my model. Okay, so let's do this. So when I call like, what do I want to do? I want to, it creates a record in the DB. I don't have a better description for this, even though I don't like it. I might change it, but let's go with this for now. So let's create a new post. Okay, so for this syntax to work, I need to add a factory bot helper module actually. Have a factory bot gem include, yeah, this one. Rails helper. Okay, so I'm creating a post and then I'm expecting post.like user to change post likes by 1, or actually from 0 to 1. So post likes will be a different method, which I don't have. So I need to describe that as well. It returns the number of likes. Okay, so post equals create post and then let's manually do this. I don't like that. The reason I don't like it is because I need to drop into implementation details. So what I need to do is say post likes. Well, actually, no. I might not need this. What I need to do is create the association. So let's generate a join table. Post likes or posts likes. What's the join model? Interesting. Never used this before. Let's try it. So create join table, posts, users, posts, users. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's fine. So I have a join table between posts and users. But what is it called? That's not what I want. So what I want is for a user to like a post. So user will have a likes association. And no like model. So what that means is that this join table will also have a Boolean flag liked. I think that should work. So I'll have a join table with the post ID and the user ID, and then they'll either if it's liked or unliked. But then the likes method will need to look at all the associated posts and filter the ones that are liked. Okay. Okay, so post users, post ID, user ID. Now back to my test here. Post likes, I still don't have that method. It's not an association because I don't have a like model or likes table. So it's probably going to need to be a method called likes, and this method will need to filter those records. So I'm going to have a post in the user, and then my user posts will receive post. No. So I'm going to create 2 posts. And one of them will be liked, and the other one will not. So unliked post. Just I use this variable for better documentation, so I can understand what's going on later. Liked posts will be the same thing. Posts, users, where post ID, so we don't like this, is like post ID, update liked to true. I don't like that, but what's the better way? And define method likes. Yeah, I don't have a likes method yet. So I'm gonna define the likes method, and this one's gonna look through posts. Actually, it's gonna, yeah, posts. So not posts, posts users, where liked is true. So I'll need to have many posts. True posts likes. true. Shoot amateurs. Maybe I didn't install this. Yeah, I didn't install that shoot amateur. I always use that because it's so easy to add common stuff like association tests and validations and stuff like that, so it's very handy. Unfind true. Association matcher. Okay. True. Shouldn't have many. True. Maybe I need to set it up somehow. Yeah, I think it needs to be required in Rails. Yeah, on Rails, test helper. Where's our spec? Okay, so in Rails helper, I need to add that. Okay. So now it expects the association to be there, and it's not. So has many posts likes? No, post users. And as many posts, true post users. Posts user. Interesting. I think the convention is to use the singular naming. Let's see. No. I want to manually specify the table name. Join table. Interesting. Join table. Is that? Wonder if this works for has many as well. Join table posts users. Yeah, there's something weird here with the convention, so I wanna try and create a polymorphic, no, a join model. Rails join model, and see what the naming looks like. Join table. Okay. So let's try that. If I generate a model called user post user, no, post user, post I want to see what that looks like. Actually, post users. So that looks backwards, so maybe I need to use user posts. User posts. I could also call it like, but no. User posts. User post. Yeah, let's go with that. Oops. User post. Okay. User posts. Yeah, I think I like that. So then I'm gonna roll back the other one. And I'm gonna also remove it. Join table. 4, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay. I'm gonna update this migration to have a Boolean flag, and then I'm gonna migrate. Okay, so now I have a user post. User post. Posts, yeah, through user posts. User posts. Oops. Where did I have that? Oh, likes, posts, no, user posts. User. Line 7. So, okay, here. So that association is working now. And I need to fix my factories. User email. I need to generate an email. Factory bot. Generate sequence. Okay. Password can be blank. Do I need a confirmation? No. Okay, so undefined method like, okay, that's correct because I have not defined that, but I don't want to test that yet. I want to test this other block. Undefined method posts. So we're still here. Yes. Are we? Yeah. So user doesn't know what posts is. Okay, so I guess we can fix that tomorrow because it's already an hour. So I'm gonna leave it here and then come back tomorrow to continue with this unit test and the rest of the feature test. So I hope you like this, and I'll see you tomorrow.